Hello everyone and welcome to day 3 of our beginners yoga class. So I've been doing a lot of research for this class, a lot of prepping to get ready for you guys. And it's funny because for some of you who may know me, you'll know that I'm teaching English as a foreign language for quite a few years now. And this reminds me of a bit of when I started off teaching English, because teaching beginners is probably it's quite a big challenge, especially when it's physical movements, and people are coming in with different levels of fitness and looking for different things from the practice. So if any of you are following me at Orla Yoga on Instagram as well, I did put up a video asking what's motivating you to get started in yoga or to try this challenge. And also, I was encouraging you to, in our previous videos, to leave a comment under the video. So if there's any questions that you have, any posts that you don't understand, or just anything that you want to know a little bit more on in connection to what we're going through in class, then please comment and I'll get back to you, because I know it's not the same as when we're practicing in a studio together, but at least if you leave the question, I can try and give an answer to you, and then you can put that into practice for the next time and give me feedback on how well it works. So today we're going to start in our easy pose again, so coming into the same seated position as me. We'll draw our hands to heart center. We'll just allow our chin to dip towards our chest. Our gaze is down, or if we prefer, we can close our eyes. And from here, we'll just take a nice deep inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. And again, nice deep inhale through our nose and big exhale through our mouth. And again, inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. For these last two, I want you to really try and on the exhale, make noise, make it an audible exhale. So really releasing any stale energy. So we'll inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. And again, inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. So starting today, we're going to do just some nice gentle warm-ups for our shoulders, for our core area, and we'll just get started on moving our body a little bit. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll bring our fingertips out to the side, keeping our spine nice and tall. We'll turn our palms to face up, and on the inhale, we'll raise our arms up overhead, allowing our eyes to follow. Bring our palms together, and on the exhale, bring our hands back to heart center. We'll reach our hands out. We'll inhale as we raise our arms up together, join our palms, and exhale, slowly bringing our hands to heart center. Reaching our fingertips out. Inhale as we draw our arms up, bring our palms together, and exhale as we lower our hands. Reaching our hands out to the side, turning our palms to face up. Inhale as we draw our arms overhead, bring our palms together, and exhale, hands to heart center. And one more time, fingertips out to the side, turning our palms to face up. And inhale, drawing our arms overhead, bringing our palms together, our gaze follows, and exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we're going to turn our palms to face away from our body. We're going to bring our thumbs to touch, our forefingers to touch, and we're going to really spread our fingers wide. And we're going to start with our hand close to our chest. So on the exhale, we're going to curl our spine back as we press our hands away. We're allowing our chin to dip to our chest. And on the inhale, we're going to draw our chest forward and allow our hands to meet our chest. On the exhale, we're going to curl, starting from the bottom of our spine and slowly coming up our back. And on the inhale, we're going to draw back in. Very nice. So nice, smooth breathing. Exhale as we press our hands away, draw our body back. And inhale as we draw our hands in, bring our chest forward. Exhale, drawing our hands away, allowing our body to come back, our chin dips to our chest. And inhale as we draw our hands in, allow our chest to open and allow our head to fall back. One more time. Exhale as we press our hands away. And inhale as we draw our hands in and allow our gaze to come to the sky. Then we'll come back to neutral, bring our hands back to prayer, and move on over to tabletop. So we've practiced tabletop already, and I did say to you we'll be coming back to this. So here we are. We can put what we've been learning so far into practice. So starting, guys, we want to have our shoulders stacked above our wrists. So just make sure that they're more or less in line. Reason for this is that you're not putting any strain or pressure on your wrists. Your hips above your knees, similar reason, just not to put any unnecessary strain. From here, spread your fingers wide and just really press into the ground with your fingers, and press into the ground with the tops of your feet, the backs of your feet that I'm tapping now, and the tops of your shins. And with this, you'll feel your spine naturally nice and long and supported. Here, you're looking down between your hands and just making sure to use that nice inhale and exhale that we were working on a moment ago. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale, maybe pausing at the top, and exhale. From here, you might need to adjust yourself on the mat depending on how much space you have. So we're just going to stretch out our legs a little bit. So we're going to keep everything as is except the left foot. We're going to, so I need to move. So we're going to keep that tabletop position, and we're going to stretch our left foot back, and we're going to press into the ball of our foot, our left foot, keeping the rest of our body as neutral as it is, keeping it in the same position. Keep our gaze down as well, so we don't want to put any strain on our neck. We don't want to be forcing anything here. Just starting to stretch out the leg here, enjoying that stretch in the back of your leg. Breathing into the nice stretch sensation that we're creating. And using your hands and your right leg then to just get that extra bit of lift and support, so you can maintain that long extension in your left leg. And from here then we'll draw it in, a nice one, and we'll just bring our knees to not distance apart, bring our toes together, and we'll stretch back into wide-legged child's pose for a moment. So for this you can allow your hands to come forward, they're staying shoulder distance apart. Allow your chest to come down, and if you want you can rest your forehead on the ground as well. So this is just giving that was my alarm from I don't know when. So just giving your body a little moment to recuperate and to notice how it feels between the movements. So child's pose is a very nice one to do that. And by closing the eyes here, as we sit back into our child's pose, it allows us to rule out any distractions and just focus on our breath and focus on the body and the movement that we're doing right now. And on the next inhale, we lift our bum up, draw our legs in, come back into our tabletop position. We set up again, And we're going to bring our right foot back. So this time we're keeping that nice elongated tabletop position, and we're pressing through the ball of our right foot, building heat, and just lengthening out that right leg. Our gaze is down between our hands, and again just press through your hands and press through that shin and that top of your back foot on your left side, and you'll just get that extra lift, that extra support for your core area, allowing you to lengthen better into your right leg. Coming back to your inhales and exhales. And then releasing, bringing that leg back in. Nice job, guys. So from here, let's come to a standing position. Now, I've the video as far back as I can, so I hope you can see me, so I'll turn towards you. And for here, we'll just go into our mountain pose that we were practicing. So you want to bring your feet hip distance apart, maybe a little bit closer if that's comfortable for you, but more or less hip distance. Your toes are facing forward, and you're pressing through those 3 points that we mentioned. So the knuckle of your big toe, the knuckle of your baby toe, and the center of your heel. So like a triangle on your foot. Really pressing through here, and you'll feel hopefully a lift then in your quads, and this will come up into your core area. Then we find our pelvis, so we could place our hands here, just gently rock side to side, rocking forwards and back, maybe making little circles in one direction and little circles in the other, and then slowly making those circles smaller and smaller as our body starts to come to a still, coming back to our center position, and with our hands on the hips, making any readjustments we need so that we have more or less a neutral pelvis. So neutral, I just mean that we're not sticking way out here, or we're not with our bum stuck out in the opposite direction. We want to be more or less in the middle, just to encourage a nice posture. From here, we'll take our hands to our shoulders, and we'll just draw them back and down. So just encouraging them to relax, encouraging us to open into good posture. Pressing down, opening our hands, palms face forward, gaze face forward, mountain pose. So here we'll come back to our breathing. And again, just bringing those nice deep inhales and exhales through our nose. We'll take a few breaths here. And mountain pose is one that we come back to often in yoga, and it's a great one to just recenter ourselves, to practice balance, stability, and also to encourage good posture. So it's one of our foundation poses, and that's why it's so good to learn at the beginning of our practice. So on the next inhale, I'm going to turn on my mat. You can stay as you are. I'll just turn so that you can see me a little bit better. On the next inhale, you'll raise your hands overhead. So you'll raise them up, bring your palms together, and then on the exhale, you'll bring your arms parallel to the ground, and you'll allow your upper body just to fold forward over your lower body. So we're coming back into that forward fold that we were practicing already. This forward fold, you can bring a little bend into your knees, as it's our first one of the day, so we might notice our hamstrings especially a little bit tight. From here, we'll bring our hand to our opposite elbow, and we're just going to rock gently from side to side, maybe bending and straightening our knees, encouraging a little bit of movement, and allowing the stretching just to take place, loosening out our legs. This is lovely if we've been in one position for a while. So if you've been running or walking, standing for a long period of time, or sitting, this is a nice way just to give a little bit of love to our hamstrings. From here we'll start to slow down. We'll bring our hands to the ground, our shins or our thighs. So today I'm going to say the shins, and we're going to inhale as we press forward, nice flat back, reaching into our monkey or our flat back pose. Our gaze is down just in front of our feet. We're focusing in on our breathing. So once I explain the pose that we're doing with you, I keep coming back to the breath. And the reason I do is because the type of yoga I'm practicing is all about connecting our breathing and our movement. And by connecting the two, we move with more ease. And as well, we can go more deeply into the pose if our body is allowing us to. And by focusing on the breathing, you can notice how your body feels in each pose, what you find more challenging and what comes more easily. So it gets us to stay in the present. And on the next exhale, we'll release. From here, we're going to come into a plank position. So we'll come into plank or modified plank, so depending what level you're at. So you can bring your hands down about shoulder width apart, and maybe just start come down into a tabletop position, okay? So we'll walk our hands forward slightly then, and we're going to readjust in a moment. So from here, you want to bring your shoulders above your wrists. So maybe then allowing your knees to come back. You're going to lift your feet, your legs, and cross your feet if you're staying in the modified version. So again, wrists beneath shoulders, shoulder width apart. If you're in the full expression of plank, you're going to press up onto the balls of your feet. And you can bring your feet hip distance apart, or you can keep them together. So again, here it's personal preference. And by pressing through the balls of your feet and pressing into your hands, you'll get that extra lift, and you'll just get that extra nice long support for your spine and for your core. And from here, we lower the knees, if we haven't them already, and we'll allow our chest to come down between our hands, our elbows to stay in. From here, we lower our feet to the ground. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to come back into a tabletop, so pressing into our hands, pressing into our feet, coming into tabletop. And from here, we're going to come back to our mountain pose. So coming up to that standing position in the center of your mat. So well done, guys. So we incorporated a lot of nice movements in that part just there, connected to our, so that would all be connected to our sun salutations, and we're going to keep building on that each day. So coming up to our standing, we're going to move into pyramid pose. So for pyramid pose, we're going to walk our right foot forward, our left foot back. So both feet are facing forward. They're like train track lines, so they're parallel to each other. From here, you want them maybe 3 or 4 feet apart. Your back foot, you might bring it slightly out at an angle, front foot facing forward. And here you'll just allow, you can bring your hands to your hips maybe, and you'll just allow your upper body to come forward so it's more or less parallel with the ground. And then when you have that, you bring your hands down to either side of your front foot. Your gaze is down at your big toe, and you're just pressing through your feet with that nice long supported spine. Notice any sensations that you feel here. Breathing nice and deeply. So here we're building our nice strong foundations, starting from the feet and feeling that energy lifting up through our legs. Hands to hips. Inhale, we lift our body up, and exhale, we step our right foot back to meet our left. So we're back in mountain pose in the middle of our mat. From here we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Bring our left foot forward. So there's about 3 or 4 feet between both legs in train track lines with each other. Both feet are facing forward, but our back foot is slightly angled out. Then hands to hips, and we'll just start to lean out forward over our front leg. So our back is coming parallel with the ground. Then we'll reach our hands, maybe fingertips to the ground. Now this is a good moment. If you have books or blocks and you find it hard to bring your hands all the way down, maybe your hamstring's a bit tight, you can bring them to either side of your foot and rest your hands on the blocks. The medium length is a nice option. You can also bring it up a little bit higher, so depending on how tight your hamstring is feeling on the day. And again, you can replace these with books, and it just helps you to go that little bit to find the sweet spot for you in each pose. So your gaze is down at your big toe. Inhaling and exhaling, noticing sensation in your leg and encouraging space into that area. From here, bring our hands to our hips. On the inhale we draw up, on the exhale we bring our left foot back to meet our right, and we'll come back to seated in the middle of our mat. Coming into easy pose, bringing our hands to heart center, taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And one more deep inhale and exhale. Bowing your head to your heart, giving yourself a little congratulations, well done on taking part in class today, and giving some time to moving in your body. Bringing your hands, drawing them overhead as you go forward. May you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, in your heart, in your body and soul. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed day 3. I certainly did, and I'm learning as we go too. Remember, these little babies, the blocks, fabulous, especially in helping you getting into poses where you're, working on it. It just gives that little bit extra hand. And again, you can replace the blocks with books. Other things that are useful to have, aside from our mat, is a little block to sit on sometimes, or maybe a little blanket or a pillow if you want to, for some of the poses, and a scarf or a strap, just to help us to go deeper in some of them. But I'll be cueing that as we go. So I hope you enjoyed our 3rd day of our Yoga for Beginners class. And if you have any questions about anything we went through today, just please leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for taking part, and have a great day, guys.